Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's Vlogmas video, I thought I would give you guys some recent reads. These are all holiday books, that's why I threw them in. I actually have read more books than this, and I have new books that I just picked up, but these were the only holiday ones that I've read recently, so I wanted to share with you guys these recent reads. So I got one Debbie Maycomber book, I have a Lori Wilde book, and then a Rianne Thine book. All really good books, all romances, I will say that. I will go into a little detail about all of the books, so stay tuned because we're gonna have some fun. So the first book we'll start with we'll actually start with the 12 Days of Christmas. So this is the book by Debbie Maycomber, and this book is called The 12 Days of Christmas. This was a really sweet book, and it kind of reminds me a lot of like YouTube and that kind of stuff. So this book is about two people. One girl is working very hard to get a job with essentially social media, and it deals with a blog. So she writes a blog every night documenting stuff, which is kind of like YouTube. So in this blog, she has to find something that reaches as many people as possible. Her friend comes up with an idea of the 12 Days of Christmas because her neighbor is kind of on the grouchy side. So she does the 12 Days of Christmas, and essentially it is killing her neighbor with kindness because he is the Scrooge. So during this process of writing this blog and kind of figuring out ideas of things she's gonna do, she ends up falling in love with this gentleman, and you know, she finds so much about him that isn't what it seemed. And as she falls in love with him, things become more complicated because more and more people start reading her blog. They start reading it, they start commenting, to the point that a news reporter gets in contact with her and is like, hey, we'd really like to do a story on you. And she's like, no, like nobody's allowed to know that it's me, because then if they know it's me, they're gonna figure out who Scrooge is. And then they end up actually finding her apartment, and they confront her in the lobby, and he finds out and he's really upset. And the worst part about it is he gets even more upset because his grandfather knew that this was going on, and his grandfather thought it was a great idea because, you know, his grandson's been a little unhappy lately, and like he's upset that everybody knew, and it's, you know, he gets hurt by it. In the end, they still fall in love, madly in love, and they last throughout the book. So it was a really good book. It reminds me a lot, like I said, of YouTube. So it was definitely a good book. The next book I have is The Sugar Pine Trail by Rianne Thine. Another really good book. Makes you want to cry. Made me cry, actually. But I am a softie, I will say. This book is... There's a big thud outside. This book is about a librarian who notices that two small boys are coming to the library quite a bit. They're there from the time school lets out to the time it closes. Nobody ever comes and picks them up, so something's not right. She follows them home one day and finds out that they're in a house with no electricity, barely any food, so it just wasn't the best situation. She calls her friend who actually works for Child Protective Services and says, hey, something's not right. Come to find out that their mom is missing. She asked if she can foster them, or at least take them in for the holidays. They were reluctant to give them to her, and the kids were kind of a little reluctant to go with her because in their mind she ruined everything by coming and following them. In the end, everything works out. They find their mom and stuff. In the process of all of that, she ends up falling in love with a gentleman that works for a multi-billion-dollar company who is actually her upstairs tenant, and he falls in love with the boys and her as well, and you know, they learn to essentially accept each other and kind of make a family and make traditions. The only really sad part about it was they find the boys' family, like their aunt and uncle, right before Christmas, and they pick them up, and like her and the multi-billionaire, they went out and got the boys Christmas presents. They wrapped them, and it was like the most exciting thing for them, and then right before Christmas the boys are taken, and that was really sad. But they do get to FaceTime them, so that was nice. And then the last book I have is a Lori Wilde book, and it's called Cowboy, It's Cold Outside. This is about a artist who kind of loses his way, his light, and goes back to a small town to do a charity performance for a friend of his, and finds his muse. Like when he meets her, he hears music, he feels music. But she's like, yeah, I'm not falling in love, like, not doing it. Already been burned once by that, not doing it again. And they become boat neighbors, like they live on the marina and they become neighbors, and throughout the process of it they do fall in love, and he gets his muse back and he tells her, you're my muse, I hear music when I see you. So that was really nice and I wanted to share it with you guys. So those are the books. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Okay guys, that wasn't the real reason for this video. I had to put something in front of this because if Chris saw this video, I would die because he's a little sneaky sneak. So today's video is actually Chris's stocking, but it will be titled The Recent Reads of Christmas because he won't watch the video then. So now that the coast is clear, we got through all that shambang, whatever. Let's jump in and go through what is in Chris's stocking. So, most of the stuff in Chris's stocking is either from, well, most of it is from Walmart. Like, almost all of it is from Walmart, except for like three things. And I'll tell you where they're from. A grand total, I probably spent, I'd say about $25. No, more than that. I lied, because I spent probably about $35 on Chris's stocking, and that's just because two of the things are from New York when we went there just a couple days ago, and then one of the things is a bigger bag and it cost me a little bit more. But here is Chris's stocking, and so most of the stuff in his stocking is food related, which is kind of funny when he's not like a big sweets person, but a lot of the stuff is sweets in here, but they're things that I know he'll like. So let's jump in because it is kind of full. There's only one spot that's like empty. So the first thing you guys do see is some Sour Patch Kids. So he loves Sour Patch Kids. We actually gave out Sour Patch Kids for Halloween, and he actually stole like a handful of them and ate them. So I got him his own little bag. Figured he could munch on these when he's playing on the computer. So got those. The next thing I got are these 3 packs of Pop Rocks candy, if this will focus. Okay, these are in the candy cane flavor. I did get a couple packs for Joe, but I know Chris likes these as well. It's gonna be interesting to try the candy cane flavor ones, but I thought I'd get Chris some. The next thing I have is a big bag of pistachios. This is actually from Redner's. This cost $10, but he loves pistachios. He eats them all the time, hasn't had them recently, so I thought I'd get him a bag for Christmas. Then I have, where do I want to go next? I have a bag of Jack Link's teriyaki beef jerky. I think I put this in his stocking almost every year. I have 3 things of Slim Jims, and these are in the original flavor. See, original. I'm hoping that this year the dogs don't get into these because I feel like they do every year. Like I said, we went to New York the other day, and while we were there, we went to the Bubba Gump restaurant. I picked up Chris this Life is a Box of Chocolates box, and there's actually chocolates inside. I actually don't see him eating the chocolates, but I do see him like kind of putting this on his desk just because it was funny, and like they had a bunch of sayings from the movie. Like you could get all different kinds of things with sayings on it, so I thought that was fun. Again, from the Bubba Gump restaurant, I got him this Bubba Gump's Shrimp Co. bottle opener. So we go to a friend of ours, and the guys drink when they're there, and it seems like they're always like having trouble taking the caps off, or they're like, I don't know. I don't drink, so I don't know, but like I thought this would be a cute thing, and it's also a magnet so it can go on our fridge. And I thought it would just be a cute little stocking stuffer. And then the last thing in his stocking is another candy thing, and this is the holiday, he doesn't really need the stickers, but it's the Holiday Sticker Fun Airheads 12 assorted mini bars of candy. He loves Airheads. This is another thing he stole out of Joey's Halloween candy, so I thought I'd throw a box in his stocking. So that is everything for his stocking, guys. Please, please, please do not mention what you guys saw. This is all about books. Remember, this is a book video. So what I will do now is do this. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little book haul. If you guys wanted to know, I did get all 3 of these books from Walmart. They range from, I think, like $4.98 to $5.98. So definitely check out your local Walmart for some books. Bye guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up.